Good morning. I thought I would share a story about what it's like to be an energy healer because often people ask me, and so this is a very interesting story. There was a couple who lived in my building and they were in their 80s, and the woman had Alzheimer's. So every time that I would see her when I was waiting for the elevator, she would tell me the same stories over and over again with the same details, and she'd always forget that I had heard them. Her husband was very much a caretaker for her, but also was very much self-described as doom and gloom. And so when I was talking to them one afternoon, they asked me, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, "I'm an energy healer." And they said, "What's that?" So I said, "Why don't you come for a session and see what it's like to have somebody work on you?" And so the husband came to see me, and he laid down on the table and said, "I don't believe in anything that you're about to do." And I said, "That's fine, let's just see how it goes." And after the session, he sat up and he said that it was the most amazing experience, that he felt like he was on vacation, that he had traveled to other lands, and the colors were so beautiful and bright, and he felt lighter. And I was like, "That's really cool." So I, ushered him out, and then his wife came in, and she laid down on the table, and after her session, she sat up and she started to talk about her life, and she talked about it in great detail, and she covered many years of her life and never repeated herself, with all new stories, all new details that I had never heard before. And I kept thinking, wow, I wish her husband was here to hear this, or I wish I had recorded it so that other people could see that she's still lucid somewhere in her. So anyway, that's what it's like to be an energy healer. You get to see some amazing things. Oh, and by the way, the man who received the session, who was doom and gloom, came to me 3 days later and said how much lighter he still felt, and that he didn't care as much to get things done. Like he said, I'm an accountant, and I need to get things done, every day. I have to do the books, and it makes me feel comfortable. And he said that he had a lot less stress around that, and that if he got it done, then that was great. But if he didn't, that he wasn't going to worry about it as much. And his wife said that he was much calmer, and that he was more fun to be around. And so, it's just very interesting being able to have the perspective that I get when I work with people. And it's wonderful how open they are with me. Especially, you wouldn't think that somebody in their 80s who didn't believe in anything that I do would be so open. So anyway, that's just a quick story. There's lots of other ones, and I'll share them along the way so that you can understand what it's like to be an energy healer.